Hello, air signs. Let's see what message we have for you today. My goal is for these messages to cover the next couple of days. Some of the messages that came out today definitely will resonate for longer than a couple of days and potentially take longer for the cycles to culminate. But we're doing what Spirit said. 1:11 on my clock. Okay. Alright. Looks like we got a little love. Looks like we got love. Okay. Alright, air signs. Love. Those of you who know who your soul counterpart is, this message will be for you. It feels like you guys are currently at a distance. I don't have the distance card out here, but it feels like you guys are currently at a distance. There is definitely the energy here of things ended because we just couldn't get it together. We couldn't get it together. The other party, the masculine energy here, feels very much detached, very much the runner, to be quite frank, but very detached. And that is an avoidance mechanism that he learned when he was a kid. I'm hearing from the majority of the people that resonate with this reading, he would have learned this between the ages of like 2 and 4. So really young, he learned that being detached and avoiding intimate connections that actually have him wanting to open his heart was how he could stay safe. Feels like he couldn't like count on a parent. So here we are. Unfortunately, they're in a spot in, well, fortunately for you, they're at a spot in life where they recognize that they have been repressing their feelings, repressing their emotions, and they are living in some type of regret about this because they're recognizing like, damn, my whole existence could be completely different if I had simply allowed myself to be open to receiving. Instead, they were focusing on their triggers, and instead they were really struggling with a doubt mentality about themselves. While they might present as someone who has quite a large ego, unfortunately on the inside, they are very much insecure. Very much insecure. So again, they tend to avoid and focus in on what they've lost and what they cannot gain back and allow that to like ruminate in their brain. Okay, for a lot of you, this is someone who potentially was unable to A, speak their truth, B, didn't show up authentically and kind of misled you. But I feel like you guys forgave them because you knew they were viewing life through a different lens than you, and you knew that they were not in a space to actually receive you as you are. They have definitely been in a period of shadow, a period of dark night of the soul, deeper depression for a considerable amount of time. Like I'm hearing like a couple years for the vast majority of you, or of them, really. So knowing what you know and following your intuition, following your guides, I feel as though you've come to a spot where you're like, okay, all right, I can focus on myself right now. I am no longer in a state of confusion, lack, or doubt about who this person is, what they are to me, what they could potentially be to me. And I know that I have to start making progressions in my personal life, and then they're going to do whatever it is they're going to do. They have to make their own decisions. They have to show up in a way that shows you that they have changed. This is about actions. This is about words and about all of that lining up. This is also similar to the fire sign message I posted. Another message. But when they show back up in your life, and I do see reunion, and it will turn into a full-on union, when they show back up, they're going to show up from a place of stability. These folks have been living life one step from the edge of a cliff for years. Might even be their whole adulthood. There's someone who can't keep a job, can't keep clients, can't focus on themselves, never has their own stuff or their own place, always has roommates, always has places to crash. Very immature energy. And when they come back around, you're going to see with your own eyes that they have adjusted things, because there is stability here. There is intentionality with their time and their money. And there will be a celebration on your end. Like, you're going to feel very happy for them that they're finally in a season of life where they can see their blessings and they can really live from a different perspective. They are also going to come in with some truth, and it feels like some of that truth might be heavier hitting than you're anticipating, but it needs to be said so they can clear the air for themselves, and you guys can have a blank slate and an even foundation to potentially build from again. Focusing in on your self-love, intentionally doing for yourself as you need to do, really wanting to highlight that manifesting is hardcore in this energy, okay? Focusing in on your self-worth and your self-concept. How you speak to yourself matters, because how you speak to yourself is how you will ultimately allow other people to speak to you, and we gotta up-level that. I feel like you are also going through a shift in your career right now, and as that settles, then so does this energy for the love connection to show up. There is definitely multiple energies of change going on here. The heaviest one is this love connection, but let's see where else we go. So the Nymph of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles, there is a shift in your job, career, financial stability, and it's a shift for the better. And as that shift shows up and aligns in your life and like integrates in your life, you're able to have the pressure off that, which allows you then to be able to see and validate your feelings about the other aspects of life. Your feelings are still deep. They are still heavy in regards to this person. There is still some mental moments that you're experiencing in regards to this connection, where one minute you're high on life about it, the next minute you're very, very low. And because you keep flowing between the two with no real rhyme or reason, Spirit wants you to know that there needs to be balance. Honor those emotions, but you have to be willing to release them as well. We're not releasing, aka forgetting, but we are releasing as in no longer willing to hold baggage and hold space for someone who's not showing up in our lives currently. Okay, you are meant to be in the Empress position. Your spiritual gifts are truly expanding at this time, and that needs to be a focus, because as you are in the Empress energy, you can intuit the way in which you need to move forward once we get some of these obstacles out of the way. The biggest one being how you're going to sort your finances and whatever else. And again, that does fall into place in the next 4 to 6 weeks. So as your spiritual gifts grow, and as you're able to fall back into the feminine energy of just being open to receive, it's time for you to really do some soul searching. What do you desire out of life? What brings you your passion? What brings you your creativity? What brings you into a space of like peace in both your mental space, your heart space, and your physical reality? And it's about really looking at life and seeing, you know, where do we align? Where do we need to grow? And where do we need to allow people who kind of want to be a little wonky in our energy? Where do we allow them to go? And the key here is we allow them to literally just go, because you are in a season of truly protecting your peace, knowing that this is a season of growth and a season of evolution. You can start to feel better about moving away from people, places, and things that do not align with your current vision. You have not scrapped your whole life, and you are not starting from ground zero. You're starting from a knowledge base of what you've already accomplished, what you've already seen in life. So don't think you're like down and out. Don't think that you've gotten to a spot in life where you can't receive the abundance and the goodness because you've started over. That's absolutely inaccurate. What you need to see is the potential to recreate and rewrite your entire life moving forward, and know that this will happen more than once in your lifetime. That does not mean you're on the wrong path. That does not mean you're not following your intuition. It's actually the exact opposite. Every time you reinvent yourself, you are honoring yourself, you are honoring your intuition, and you're also honoring the life path that you're meant to be on. You're not meant to do one thing for the rest of your life. You're not meant to have one emotion for the rest of your life. You're meant to live a very full, colorful, and bountiful life, and stopping yourself from that is a true form of torture. Because you're just going to feel like you're not in alignment with what you desire, and you're always going to be grasping at straws. That is not the life for you. You are meant to be stable. You are meant to be secure. You are meant to be grounded in your personal reality. And that shall be occurring for you this year. Thank you so much, air signs. I hope you have a great rest of your day.